Hi, I'm Keiko Sue, Life After Divorce mentor, founder of Wings for Women, and host of the Wings for Women radio show. Welcome to our video series on tips for thriving after divorce. These are answers to frequently asked questions about life after divorce. And this particular video is about healing after divorce, how to release those feelings of anger and guilt so that you can really get to the place of inner peace, which we all know is so important to be able to move on. So most of us left our marriages with feelings of sadness, feelings of anger, perhaps guilt. You may have felt feelings of failure. I know I did after leaving my marriage after 26 years of being married. I know I felt like I had failed like I had never failed before. And there's other feelings of remorse or resentment that you may be feeling. And it's really important to address those feelings and not to just shove them under the rug. And I will say that if you're feeling very depressed, meaning that if you are crying for days on end, I really suggest that you see a therapist or a counselor because that will really help you to be able to get to the next stage of your healing. And for most of us, we really just need to recognize that we need to feel those feelings and to really feel that loss, allow ourselves to feel that loss, and not just not sweep those feelings under the rug. But it's also important to set certain boundaries as to how much time you're going to allow yourself to feel those feelings. But go ahead and set those boundaries and allow yourself to feel it. And as you think about what happened, it's important for you to be kind to yourself. It's important for you to recognize that it was not a mistake. It was something that was meant to happen, and people move on, people grow. And I really do believe that if you, as a couple, are not growing together, then you are going to grow apart. And so relationships are not necessarily meant to last forever. And so you don't need to keep blaming yourself for what happened. So be kind to yourself, be gentle. And the most important thing to do is just to forgive yourself, to forgive him, but most importantly, to forgive yourself for any role that you feel that you played in the matter, and to be able to accept what happened so that you can move on with your life. And forgiving doesn't mean that you condone what happened, but forgiving is a necessary step to be able to move on with your life. So forgive yourself and forgive him and forgive any other people that may be involved in the situation so that you can move on. So what are some ways that you can release negative emotions, such as anger or feelings of guilt, so that you can move on? So I've got 5 very simple ways that you can release these negative emotions. First of all, journaling is a very powerful way to be able to express what needs to be expressed and to be able to get it out of your system and onto paper or onto your computer in a way that is private and very safe. And if it helps at all, and I know a lot of people have found this very helpful, and I have too, is to write a letter to your ex-husband or write a letter to somebody and get those feelings out on paper. And then fold up your letter and burn it as some kind of a sacred ritual so that you can release those feelings into the atmosphere. So journaling is a very powerful way to release those emotions. Meditation is also very helpful in terms of just getting to a very quiet space and being able to connect to your inner spirit, being able to connect to your higher self. That also helps to release those feelings. And then be grateful for what's really good in your life. Be grateful for what you have and be thankful for what's really going well in your life and the people that are in your life that you're very thankful for. So expressing an attitude of gratitude is also very important. And then here's a couple of other tips that you might consider too. Some simple things, like drink lots of water. We all know that our body must be hydrated in order to be able to function properly. Well, the same holds true for our brain and for our hearts. So if you're able to keep yourself hydrated, then you're able to really wash away some of those toxic emotions. So that's another thing you can do too. And then finally, another tip for you is to be careful about what you eat. And there's certain foods, such as gluten, that will actually interfere with your natural production of serotonin, which is the chemical in your body that allows you to feel good. So gluten is things like pasta and bread and wheat products. If you cut back on those wheat products, in other words, cut back on your gluten, you'll be able to more easily stimulate the serotonin so that you will naturally feel better. So there's some 5 simple things that you can do to release negative emotions. Now, why is it important to do this? Because this is a big opportunity in your life. I mean, divorce was a huge emotional event for you. And it's a fantastic opportunity in your life to be able to really create the next chapter of your life, a chapter that will be so much better than what you had before. I mean, if I look at myself, I'm so much happier now than I was when I was married. And so it is definitely possible. There's definitely life after divorce, but you have to heal yourself first. And part of this is being able to reclaim pieces of your heart and soul that you lost somewhere along the way. This whole feeling of wholeness is an important first step. So would you like to learn how to be whole again? Would you like some additional help in becoming whole again? If so, I invite you to check out our next Kickstart program. We have a Kickstart class called Love Your Life After Divorce. And you'll learn how to become whole again, to be able to reclaim pieces of your heart and soul that you lost, and to be able to really release those feelings, those negative emotions, so that you can move on. Go to www.wingsforwomen.net and click on Love Your Life and check out our Wings for Women Love Your Life After Divorce Kickstart class. So know that you're not alone, that there's others that can be on the journey with you to help you, and that you too can learn how to live life to the fullest. So this is Keiko Sue, your Life After Divorce mentor. I'm supporting you on your journey. So have a great week.